Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. It's a fresh start throughout the league here in Week 1 as these two teams have high hopes for the season ahead. It's the Steelers going up against the Panthers. With that, let's call in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, with this opening week matchup.
And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. An early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, and I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game, there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They passed the eye test, don't they? This team looks fired up and ready to play.
This is taken near the 13. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the very, very talented Andrew Luck.
And Andrew Luck's skill set is absolutely fantastic. There's not anything that he can't do as a quarterback on the field. But I also think that he absorbed a little bit by osmosis some of that great bloodline. His father, formerly a quarterback in the NFL as well.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And a peek now at the offense for Pittsburgh.
When it comes to Le'Veon Bell, it's not about the numbers. It's about his style. And when we watch him run the football and almost stop time behind the line of scrimmage before he finds the hole he wants to run through, it's a style that's his and unique to him. I'm not sure everyone else can emulate it.
The give is to Bell. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only the controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
After the penalty, it's Bell. Spins by. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks at the 29. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They'll try the air now with Locke. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
From the red zone now, Locke. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So they come into enemy territory. Nice drive to start the game, but they probably wanted 6. They only got 3.
I agree with you totally. That's the expectation. When you get the ball and you start moving it and you're rolling, you think you're going to end up in the end zone. But they should be happy with the 3. A good way to get things going here in this game.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general. Throwing on 1st down. Browning firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here.
Here we go.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Play clock winding down. Off the play fake. Browning. And he fires one incomplete. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Here we go. Ohio.
Off play action. Browning. He's got his man on the crossing route. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Brad, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Browning, quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Ohio! Here we go! Flex round! Flex round! You don't know no better.
Time running out here on the play clock. Now they try the right side here. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Come on, let's go!
To throw on 2nd down. Browning. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. There he goes right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski, and that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
So 2nd and 10 here. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
Big stop, G. Big stop, let's go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Browning flushed out right. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Here we go.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go!
To throw on second down. Browning. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to lead to a third down.
The Steelers insert their nickel defense on third down.
Yeah, they add a DB.
Let's go!
Off the play fake. Browning escaped, and he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. David Irving able to get outside the numbers and drop him for a loss of a yard.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. With that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
On second down, here's Locke. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Throwing on third down, Locke. On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And just 1 tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out.
Flex round! Flex round! Here we go!
The slot man in motion right. Looking to throw on second down. Browning. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up third down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here we go! Flex round! Flex round!
To throw on third down. Browning. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have, as they get him behind the line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Come on, let's go! Ohio!
Operating from the gun. Browning. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory. Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get...
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 40, past the 20, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. So we just witnessed touchdown number 1 for the Rook, and certainly that's a football he's going to want for the trophy case.
Yeah, this is one that you don't spike, right? This is one you don't throw to your teammate and let them celebrate. This is one you keep for yourself, take it over to the equipment staff and have them mark it up, put it away, and then you get it later on. And as you said, mount it in your trophy case. Fantastic. Hopefully the first of many.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Flex round! Flex round!
To throw on 2nd down. Browning. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Ohio! Ohio! Come on, let's go! Flex round! Flex round!
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Browning. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
That is right. Let's go! Grand Ohio! Ohio! Alert! 3 down, 3 down.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Browning. And that is incomplete.
And absolutely zero surprise that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their play sheet and go, oh, I've got the exact play to dial up?
No, that's just a head scratching down when you're facing a 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
A give to Bell. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Here's Luck. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
Well, there's your first ROI, right? Return on investment of their first-round pick. His first NFL sack. I know they want him to be an impact player right out of the gate.
A lot of pressure to put on a young man, but I think you agree he has the ability to deliver on it.
And he just did. Probably the first of many sacks in a long career.
Here's Jordan Berry now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Now, still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. On first down, Browning. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Stephon Tuitt able to drop him for a loss of 4. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Off play action. Browning sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Offense.
So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Here we go! Ohio!
Off the play fake. Browning flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
Come on, let's go! Ohio! Ohio!
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Check.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface, but I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call, that they don't care about the situation. They think that that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced him there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation.
Yeah, that's tough. Own side of the field, that chunk of yardage to pick up. Head scratcher. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. A shotgun snap for Locke. Looking long for Westbrook. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. From the gun, here's Locke. This is Bell on the dump off.
Holding offense.
They get the tackle, Marcus Gilbert, second-round pick back in 2011 out of Florida. And the Steelers on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be third and forever. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment defense.
A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra hut, you know, that extra emphasis on it. Got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
Third and long, it's Locke. And that's incomplete.
So the defense forces a 3 and out, but they got some help along the way. They threw it on first down, and when they were unsuccessful, it became second and long. Didn't get it again on another pass. Went third and long, and they almost had to put it in the air. They may want to rethink some strategy going forward.
And it's picked up by the Steelers.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us a ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I've never returned punts, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now Bell. This carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, but not much room to operate. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up second and goal. On the counter, here's Bell. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to third and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Locke. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And Boswell's kick is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This will be taken about the 12. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Curtis Samuel and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
Yeah, something to get in the ball. We'll see if they can do it.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. To throw on second down. Browning. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. From the gun on third down. Browning. And this one complete right side to Funchess. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Fresh set of downs here. From the gun, Browning. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Looking to throw on second down. Browning. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Come on, let's go! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
And he motions the wide receiver. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Browning. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. David Irving in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Come on, let's go! Ohio!
On 3rd down, Browning. And the pressure gets to him again. T.J. Watt in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long.
Flex round! Flex round! Here we go! Ohio! Ohio! 50 the mic. Ohio! What's the run? They're running it. Check 50.
On 4th down, Browning. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Here we go.
To throw on second down, Browning. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll lead here to a third down. The Panthers on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9.
Let's go.
Operating from the gun. Browning throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Here's the Panthers punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
got the lead. Yeah.
we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
It'll be a loss of 1, and just like that, it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Luck. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Well, there's your first ROI, right? Return on investment of their first-round pick. His first NFL sack. I know they want him to be an impact player right out of the gate.
A lot of pressure to put on a young man, but I think you agree he has the ability to deliver on it.
And he just did. Probably the first of many sacks in a long career.
Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Looking to throw on second down. Browning. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big play there for the Panthers. 59 yards. On 1st and 10, Browning. He's going to air one out. And he take it across for a Panthers touchdown. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now the extra point. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now D.D. Westbrook to return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
To throw on second down is Love. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now Luck. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play on 3rd there for the Steelers. 41 yards.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner. Toughness in the pocket, strong and stout, but let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston, then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Play action. It's Locke. Going deep for Montgomery. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
I'm here all day. Here we go.
Benjamin, the man in motion left. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Let's go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
To throw on 2nd down. Browning. And the Steeler pressured too much here. He's going down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, Browning. Got his target, Samuel. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 65 yards. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
And they will line up now for the 2-point try. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. It's caught at the 1. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. And that almost makes it a brand new ball game. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Here's Luck. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Here's Bell, and he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punching in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. Back to throw. Browning. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Panthers on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. To throw on third down. Browning. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Here we go! Ohio!
Throwing on first down. Browning eluding the pressure right. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Come on, let's go! Flex round! Flex round! Here we go!
In motion, James, the tight end. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Browning. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
After the interception, it's Luck. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone.
And we're back now in Charlotte. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Luck now on 2nd down. Complete to Bryant. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On third down, here's Bell. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now it's Locke. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Bryant. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. The offense on third down tonight, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure.
Face mask. Defense.
Trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Out of the pistol, it's Bell. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Now Locke on third and goal. Oh, no, he lost the football. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. The 40, 30, the 20, 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they forced the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
So a big play coming for the Panthers. They'll go for 2.
Come on, let's go. Flex round.
Following the fumble recovery, Browning. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a 1-score game.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Love. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, second down.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's going to have to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
On 2nd and 10, Locke. Caught by Montgomery. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 3. Throwing is Locke. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. Now Locke. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 12 yards that time, but a Pittsburgh first.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Here's Locke. Goes underneath for Bell. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Good gain there on first down, and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
On first down, it's Locke. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. 2nd and 10, Luck again. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end is going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
To the air again, Locke. That is caught at the 7-yard line. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, the big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And Boswell's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. Throwing to start the drive. Browning. And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late.
Let's go! Ohio!
Off play action. Browning. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On 3rd down, Browning. Flushed out right. On the run. He's got a man. Complete. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like. Like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Come on, let's round! Ohio!
To throw again. Browning. James has got it. Complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. A 1st down carry for Henry. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. He'll look to throw. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got the stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off, and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. Second down following the run. Now Bell. And he'll be shoved to the turf that time. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on third down.
5 defensive backs. Bell. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Carolina getting set to take the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Ryan Shazier in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. Trying to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Come on, let's go. Ohio.
He's back to throw. That's Samuel, caught left side. A good pickup there at 22. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Back to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Let's go. Ohio.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Pass interference. Defense.
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Let's go.
On first down, Browner. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Ryan Shazier in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. To throw on second down, Browning. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Here we go. Flex round. Ohio.
And the wideout in motion. Throwing on third and long. Browning. Now a desperation throw. Deep down. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. And they'll get set here looking for the two-point conversion. Looking to throw. Browning. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, and that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now it's Luck. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. A costly sack. They'll have to use a timeout here. And barring a defensive penalty, they'll be looking at one final play. One last throw here for Luck. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Panthers, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from